5 most iconic quotes from Socrates. Socrates, or Socrates or Socrates, whichever you like, whichever fits you the best. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce it, but Socrates is how we would pronounce it in our native language, and Socrates is maybe more English version, I would assume. Nevertheless, number 5. I cannot teach anybody anything, I can only make them think. I will repeat one more time. I cannot teach anybody anything, I can only make them think. What a beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous quote. It truly demonstrates that Socrates was a true philosopher. At least that's what he's most known for. Maybe people don't even know that he actually was a soldier too for a little bit of his life. But yeah, Socrates is mostly known for his philosophy. This is a beautiful philosophical quote that suggests that the biggest lesson in education is think critically. That is the most important lesson that you will probably learn in your life, is try to think critically and think for yourself, not allow others to think for you. This is also very important even in today's day and age, in today's modern life. We are all the time faced with propaganda from various actors, various nefarious actors, governments and even corporations. When they are trying to sell our products, they are basically propagating these products. So they are creating propaganda, they are creating ads. And so we are faced with a non-stop amount of propaganda. And to think critically, as Socrates suggests, or even just to be able to think in general for ourselves, that is the biggest learning in our life that we can learn ever. And it also helps us to sort of defend our mind from the propaganda, to defend our mind from other people who are trying to think for us, who are trying to implement ideas into our head through using propaganda. And so even in our day-to-day life today, in 2026, this beautiful quote is really, really helpful and teaches us a lot about our lives. Number 4 is be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. What a beautiful, gorgeous quote from Socrates, and teaches us kindness. And obviously we can always assume that the person, famously, for example, in a traffic, is cutting us because he's rude and he's aggressive. But maybe we should look at it from the more kind way. Maybe he's in a rush because he has an emergency, he needs to get to hospital fast and stuff like that. We should truly practice this type of kindness and this type of thinking of kindness in our day-to-day life, because we will experience much happier and a better life. If we always assume a rudeness, and if we are always rude back, we will have a much worse life. We will experience much worse low vibrational emotion in our everyday life. If we, on the other hand, prioritize a kindness, if we are kind to strangers and to each other, even in our families, we will definitely have much easier time on this planet. We will enjoy ourselves even better. And it's just a better way to live, honestly. It's truly, truly a better way to live. So I would recommend everybody to just be more kind. The third most iconic quote from Socrates is, "Wonder is the beginning of wisdom." Wonder is the beginning of wisdom. And it beautifully ties to our, to the first quote that we talked about, to the 5th one. It beautifully ties. Wonder is the beginning of wisdom. And it truly teaches us that the wonder and thinking that we are able to experience in our life is the beginning of our wisdom. Being curious about the world, being in a state of wonder is such a beautiful thing. Excuse me, guys, I just will interrupt for a little bit, but Mikey is just coming here. And so I'm a little bit relieved because I call him back. I almost made half a video without him even coming here, so I was a little bit worried that he is lost somewhere. But to anybody who is new here, this is my beloved co-host and best bud, Mikey. Am I right, Mikey? Am I right, Mikey? He's on this channel a lot, so you will probably see him quite a bit. Such a beautiful, gorgeous boy. Am I right, Mikey? Who is the cutest? Who is the cutest? He always wanders around, so that's a quite a funny coincidence that Socrates teaches us. Definitely Mikey is a bit wanderer. He always wanders around. Maybe not in his mind, I don't know what is going in his mind, but maybe by his feet he's quite wandering around. But anyway, Socrates, I would assume, more talks about a wonder in our mind, about thinking and being curious and being excited for new things. I would assume that's where the beginning of wisdom comes. I think that's what Socrates is more talking about. Maybe not about physical wonder in the world, but maybe it all ties together. Am I right, Mikey? All right. Oh, you're the cutest, aren't you? And the number 2 most iconic quote from Socrates is, "To know thyself is the beginning of wisdom." To know thyself is the beginning of wisdom. As a true philosopher, Socrates talks about wisdom a lot in his work. And to know thyself, he means the self-discovery, the inner work, as we talked about it in spirituality. That is where the wisdom begins. And I would definitely agree with my homeboy Socrates. I would definitely agree with him. My best bud Socrates is definitely right. He knows what he's talking about. The true inner self-discovery is where wisdom truly begins. And this quote beautifully teaches us that from Socrates. He was right, I guess. My oh boy, he was to the point. To know thyself is the beginning of wisdom. Such a beautiful. Also the wording, feels prehistoric. Thyself. Truly beautiful quote. To know thyself is the beginning of wisdom. He's right. Definitely true. The inner work is something that I talk about on this channel a lot, specifically with regards to spirituality, but it is just in general very helpful advice. And so I would definitely recommend anybody to start shadow work and start healing their scars, healing their insecurities. It's definitely something that even Socrates with his quotes suggests. And the first most iconic quote from Socrates is also the most famous one. You actually probably all know this one. This is quite a famous one. Once I read it, you will all realize that you probably already heard it before. The only true wisdom is knowing you know nothing. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. Such a beautiful quote. Obviously, this one is quoted a lot. This one is being talked about a lot. Even modern day philosophers talk about it a lot. There is a just a true fact. Obviously, our society is so complex that you know, being expert in everything is almost impossible, and so knowing everything is impossible. And that's what I would assume Socrates suggests in this beautiful quote, is that knowing everything is just impossible, and thus realizing that you know nothing is the true beginning of wisdom, is the only true wisdom that exists in Socrates' mind. So, as a true philosopher, this is such a beautiful, beautiful quote, and it beautifully represents who Socrates was. Guys, I don't make just videos, I also write blog too. The link is in the bio, make sure you check it out. Also, make sure to smash that subscribe button, make sure to smash that like button, make sure to check out the video here, make sure to check out the video there and everywhere. And guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.